This is Pokemon Go Fest 2021. We're diving in here and taking a look at the festivities and doing a review after the first day of the event. So this is a two-part event, 2 days, and it happens, well, basically once a year. It was a physical event at one point, and then, at some point it became a digital one. So this is the second year that it's running, and my second year covering it. I actually was a bit disappointed the first year around because I was hoping for a little bit more, and I think in general I've sort of tempered my expectations for this year's event, and I've also kind of thought that this has been a nice improvement over last year's. I did catch less shinies this year, which is a little bit disappointing. I've only caught 3 thus far. I caught 6 last time, which I didn't think was very good either. And I'm trying to, hopefully catch some more over the next day. But yeah, I was kind of like, you come for your shinies, but you also come for the events. So what's cool about this year's event, outside of the different shinies, is that you've got a main mission that you're kind of working through. It's decent. You're basically like, oh, I need to do this mission, I need to do this. I did have an issue where I was attempting to battle Team Rocket. That was my big problem today, was getting through that hurdle. And it was kind of killing my battery, because you spend quite a few hours. Like every hour is basically a different event. You got the different bingo cards there I was kind of showing, and it just kind of rotates between them, so you're on a big time crunch to get this done. It's not too hard though, just doing regular things, catching certain Pokemon, going out, basically one of them in the later steps is like meet a friend, and then you get a special new Pokemon, which is kind of musically themed, because this whole event is, kind of based around a musical aspect of it. You're basically creating a bit of a band, I guess you could say, as every step or every other couple steps gives you the option to get a special Pokemon. And you also get to choose, you get to pick between a couple Pokemon at each step. You can get your like Rockstar, Intense Pikachu, which looks really awesome. Or you might get something that's got like a special hat. So the Pikachu ones you just find with the hats, those are just kind of a special new one. And there was a number of like new creatures in that I did catch for the first time at the event, which was nice. I always appreciate that. But there was also, I'm trying to see that one come up here for me. Yeah, okay, so there was also a bunch of Pokemon you could get with hats, so you could kind of make a choice. There was a point where it's like, do you want a Ponyta with a hat, or do you want to get a Zigzagoon with a hat? You choose. And then you kind of work through the different missions, and then you're able to unlock that character, which is kind of neat. And you can also find some of them, like I found the Pikachu Rockstar in the wild too, outside of doing the actual mission. So yeah, it's kind of an interesting setup with the musical theme. I definitely did appreciate having that sort of extra option within the game. I thought it was like a neat sort of little thing for you to work towards. Now with the shinies, I was kind of disappointed. I was hoping to get a lot more, like significantly more. So that never seems to be the case. But I was really happy this year because it was like I found both of my, like 2 of my shinies right off the bat. It was like 2 minutes into where I went to walk. And both, I got these shinies right after each other, the Whismur and the Apium. I was like, oh yeah. And then I just did not find any more until I got home. Because like I mentioned, it's got rotating events and there's different types of Pokemon. So you're always there trying to play and trying to, come across new ones as you're playing at the Sableye at home. So I was just kind of hoping I would come across more. And it's great to hear everyone else out there. Because what's really cool about this event is that it gets people playing the game. And it gets them kind of moving to hot areas. So we go to Princess Island, and that's where most people are kind of going. It was less busy this year. I think it was definitely quite a lot less busy, and it was also harder to deal with because there was a lot of construction there, which is not the game's fault, and you'd agree, but I'm just mentioning it. But you still see a lot of people who are like, oh, I got a shiny. It's like, oh, you got that shiny? Wow, look at that shiny. It was cool hearing that, and people kind of chatting and playing the game. There were some people dressed up. That's kind of cool. I like that aspect of it. Seeing the game kind of leak into regular life, it's a neat sort of thing to witness and enjoy. So with that, we mentioned the fact that you do like the mission. So you got like your main mission, and this is a 2-day thing. So the first day, you get rotating Pokemon of one type, and then the next day it's going to be different types of Pokemon rotating. So you get something on both days, and I believe the second day is going to have a bit more raids going on. I know that when I read online, there were some details about there's supposed to be raids today, but all I found were 2 really low-level raids out of a place that's got, like, 50 Pokestops in a very, like, short vicinity, like vicinity of like space. So that was a little disappointing because last year you were just pumping through raids with other people, and you really didn't come across that this year. So that was disappointing to me. I was hoping for more, but I don't think I'm gonna finish my bingo card here. I've got about 9 minutes, and I haven't seen either of these two. But I like this extra element of giving you like a goal to work towards. Hey, these are extra timed events you can do. So while you're doing your other missions, it kind of fills in the blank as you work towards catching X amount of Pokemon or catching X amount of these things. So it's really quite cool that you are able to do that. And it's got like cool comparison things between you and your friends. I thought that was a nice touch, and you get bonus XP, and there's different like global events going on all the time too. And then they're sharing pictures of what other people are doing. It's a little sparse around the area here that I've chosen to film. And it's just kind of like, oh, come on, guys, give us some more Pokemon out here. You're also supposed to always be doing incense. That's like a big part of it, is trying to get you to use the incense to attract better tiered Pokemon while you're playing. I know that's kind of a thing where it's like, oh, well, that's a no duh, but they specifically mention that when you're throwing on the incense, you are actually enticing higher tier Pokemon to your particular area. So they do, offer quite a bit at like the same time of things going on. So they keep you focused, and they give you options to enjoy, the experience, where you constantly feel like, hey, I'm working towards stuff, I'm having things to do. Now, it would be cool if there could be like a third sort of goal in between there, between the missions and the timed missions. I think that would be the perfect trifecta of being like, oh, I've always got something going on. And I think that could have been the raids, because again, I just didn't come across any, and I was out today for, since the start of the event, I spent about 3 or 4 hours straight going out and walking, doing the loop and everything like that, and interacting and stuff, and it was fun. I had a good time with it. I like this event, so I look forward to it again next year. And of course tomorrow as well, going to the second day. And you might be wondering, hey, why are you doing a review at this point? Well, it's basically that midday kind of thing, just to get people coming in and chatting about it. So liking the video is great, subscribing is great as well, but it's mostly just to kind of get thoughts and stuff like that of what other people kind of came across, and how that went. So I got 3 shinies. The person I went with had I believe 1 or 2. I can't remember if they got a second one or not. I think they were going to play, because they had to split off to go to work, and they were kind of capturing some while they were on like breaks and that, to the best of their ability. But you just kind of miss out on certain things. See, now that I've got the incense going, I'm now getting these like different types of Pokemon like right away. And you could say it's a natural fill-in, but that's literally what the informational thing says, is, hey, get that incense popping and get that extra Pokemon in there. And my battery's just taking like a beating today, because I had the extra battery bank or whatever, and I guess it didn't have any like battery charge left in it. So I was like, oh, and I literally, I think for the first time ever with this iPhone, I killed the whole battery just playing this and trying to get things done. The one battle against the Team Rocket was just killered on me, because I couldn't find any of the grunts to fight. I was trying to do Arlo, and I was like, oh, it's just killing me. And then I was also having like, the balloons weren't coming, and then eventually, I turned off the radar, walked a bit, and I came across one with the new hour, and I was like, come on. But it was cool. It was fun to get out with my buddy Skrelp here, go and adventure things. And if you want to add me as well, I guess I'll put my code here so that you can connect if you'd like to and stuff. I'm always looking for new people to send gifts to and deal with. And ooh, my character's moving around there. So you see lots of different types. And I can't find the last 2, and we're in like the last minutes of the event for the day, and I just like cannot come across them. All the other Pokemon, I haven't had any issues coming across them or finding them, and it's these well, basically those last 2 that are just like giving me a bit of a hard time. But I think they got good like diversity and options within the Pokemon that you're collecting today. I think the event was overall a lot better than what my thoughts were last year, because I think my expectations last year were too high. And I think I went in with decent expectations, where I was like, okay, well, we're not gonna get a whole lot, but we're gonna go out, walk around, have a good time, and do stuff and catch things. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Also, a lot of unknowns out there. You can catch a lot of unknowns if you've been wanting to get those for whatever reason. But yeah, it was just kind of a nice event that I think met what I had hoped for it, my expectations this year for it. I think it even went a little bit further, because I like the musical theme with it, the options of kind of choosing your Pokemon that you're getting. the mission plus the rotating kind of Pokemon options. I think that was quite nice. You know, I think they actually did provide something that was, you know, worth the value of it. And I think you can go out there and find and get a lot of like items and rewards. That's the biggest thing. It's like I was, you know, stacking up. I got like 700 Ultra Balls. I was just stacking up just to go along like a catching spree. But once you get to a certain point where you've caught them, you're like, well, I don't need this, and you're kind of looking in and out, just trying to see if you can get any, you know, shinies. That's all you're doing over and over again, is being like, hey, I need these shinies, I need this stuff. And, you know, when you don't get them, you're like, oh, I don't really need to catch these because I've done the mission and that. So I think you get, you know, good value in terms of, like, time and what you've done in it. And then, you know, coming in and running into other people, meeting other people, it's a nice sort of thing to have, you know. It's a different experience. I wish it was almost extended further, because I know a lot of people, you know, you read online that they've got, like, work and stuff they got to deal with, right? And this is a very set time, so this is, like, 10 to 6. Of your local time, 10 a.m. to 6 locally. So, you know, you've only got this like set period of time from which you can actually go and experience this, and I think that kind of closes it off to a lot of people. But the fact that it's digital, I think is a good direction for it. You know, it gives a lot of people the opportunity to get in there, play the game, have fun with it, and enjoy what it has to offer. And it's just a shame I couldn't come across those last two to wrap that up. I mean, I don't need them, but you know, it would be nice just to have finished all of the challenges and stuff in this one. But that's Pokemon Go Fest 2021. Overall, happy with it. I think I got my worth out of it. I think I had a good time, and I look forward to jumping in next year, I guess, and seeing what else there is to kind of take in as the event continues to evolve and continues to change over time.